Mike. I love your brother. I really do. But I think it's best to say that you part ways with the UFC and venture elsewhere. I still feel that Mike is a great fighter, but I feel as though he needs to go to a different organization and get his record up because I feel like he just can't compete with the likes of the UFC right now. Now, Mike is still pretty young. Mike is around 27, 28, And like I said, Mike is one of the most exciting figures in the UFC to me. He has this witty, different style, and I feel like he has definitely a superstar appeal. He just can't match it up with his fight game. Now, early in his career, he had great success, and he made me a fan from the jump, like especially when he knocked out Jake Ellenberger with that beautiful elbow. But I feel as though Mike needs to find Mike's true self as far as style-wise. I feel as though he has a great striking game. I feel as though he has a decent wrestling game, but I feel like everything could be better. But everything could be better outside of the UFC. I feel like, even though a lot of people may say go to Bellator, I feel like he should actually go to one. The reason I should say go to one is because he can find guys that could strike with him. He may find guys that are just as good as striking as he is, if not better. But at the same time, he can still appall his wrestling on people, and they wouldn't exactly know what to do because, what I like to see is they like to favor a lot with the stand-up game. But I feel as though with Mike training with, I think he trains with Greg Jackson's or Duke Rufus, I feel as though he can get that game better and even more, but at the same time develop a wrestling game and probably a dominant wrestling game. And I just feel like if he can venture outside the UFC, he can probably have a buzz like similar to Nick Diaz when he was in Strikeforce. He'll probably be the best thing outside of the UFC, and the UFC will come calling, and hopefully he can get a big paycheck. But as right now, he's just not UFC ready, and that's just safe to say. There's just certain guys that just weren't UFC ready. Like the first time wasn't the best time. Wanderlei Silva didn't have the best time. Nick Diaz didn't have the best time. And who else? Fabricio Werdum didn't have the best time. It's a lot of guys. Now is just not his time. I just feel like the best thing for him to do is to step down and go somewhere else because he's just not ready for the UFC at the moment, especially facing a guy like Jeff Neal. And like I said, man, I'm just a huge fan of the dude, and I don't wish no bad on Mike Perry at all. But like I said, this is just a suggestion for me. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.